All right, guys. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's doing well. Okay, I'm going to just get right into it. First off, thank you for being here. Let's get to the elephant in the room. Today was a friggin' bloodbath. Okay? Everything tanked. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to give you an idea of kind of what happened, a little bit of a mini synopsis of why everything just crashed so hard. But before I do that, welcome. Thank you guys for being part of our live stream. And as you can see, my backdrop isn't what it normally is. I apologize in advance. We're just going to kind of roll with this. See, this is what happens when you go live and stuff, is things when you thought you put them someplace and then all of a sudden like your son comes in and decides to move stuff around on you. That's kind of what happened here. So we're going to hopefully, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on one second. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I'm sure you guys don't want to see that. All right, so let's get to what's really, really important here. What happened today to cause the markets to crash so hard? And what I want to do with you guys, first off, you know me, I like to go over, I have two websites I like to go to when we're here. One is CoinMarketCap. So let's go check this out. I'm going to go over here. All right, so as you can see, we are at, I always like looking, and you guys know this already, at the Fear and Greed Index. So fear is when people are selling, they're freaking out, FUD's running rampant, people are like, whatever's going on. Over here in the higher greens, you know, it's more of like people are greedy, people are buying, you know, they're hodling, they're not selling anything. Well, we are at a 67, okay? A lot of stuff is going on with the beginning of the new year. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you guys are excited to what's coming this year because it's going to be crazy insane. And this is the way I look at it. No matter what we're seeing right here, now this actually is not as bad as I thought. I mean, I'd like to see it more in the 80s, but we're at 67, so I'm going to take that. Now what I want to do with you guys is we're going to go right over, and this is CoinMarketCap, and we're going to go right over. All right, so don't freak out. This is where we were basically today. We got hammered. And again, I'm not going to go too far off the rails with you. I'm going to give you an idea of what caused it. For those of you who have an idea, yeah, there was some manipulation going on here. All right. But you can see Gala down 13%, Internet of Things 11%, Render down, Atom down, pretty much only a few were in the green. Now this was today. Now let's go over for the past hour. So let's take a look. Okay. This is where we want to concentrate on, is now we're kind of coming out of this. People are recognizing what would happen. You know, Atom is up now. Where's Gala? Gala's here somewhere, and it's probably right in front of my face. They were up, and not very much. You know, as you can see, like 1%, 0.7%, 1.5%, right? Stuff like that. But Solana up 1.7. So at least we're in the up. Okay, at least, is that a word? At least we're in the up? Good Lord. At least we're kind of working on getting back into the green. Let me kind of minimize this a little bit. Geez. So that way you guys can see what's happening there. That's much better. So again, H-bar still down. That's okay. That's H-bar is a long-term hold for me. You guys know that already. And if you don't, you do now, okay? So this is what's going on. Now, I want to kind of get into what happened today. So what happened today, there was an article that came out. And basically a report saying that, you know, the SEC is not going to approve any of the ETFs. And they were encouraging, and this was from Watcher Guru, a report came out, and again, I forgot his name, the person who did it, basically saying that, you know, the SEC is not approving this and that and the other thing. And if you look closer, and this is where Now I like watching Paul Barron. All right, the Paul Barron. I like. Now I don't always agree with him, especially how he slams Cardano a lot. He doesn't really hold Cardano in much regard. Regardless, though, he does have some value information, and he was shedding some light on that. If you want more specifics, just head over to his channel after my live stream, people, and check out his report or check out his take on it. Basically, what had happened. Report came out today saying that there was going to be SEC was not going to approve the spot Bitcoin ETFs, and basically in encouraging people to sell, to short their Bitcoin. But a few days ago, and as we know yesterday, if we rewind to the second, we heard that, hey, Bitcoin can't be stopped, it's not going anywhere, all that kind of stuff. On Monday, I believe, and now again, if I'm incorrect on this report that came out basically said everything was good. They were really bullish on Bitcoin. So within a few days span, you had on Monday, hey, Bitcoin's the best thing since sliced bread from this report. Yesterday came out from like a high level, saying, hey, Bitcoin's not going anywhere or whatever. Today comes out a report this morning, as a matter of fact, saying that the SEC is not approving the spot Bitcoin ETFs, which there has been. Now, this is where you really have to do your research and not just take things at face value, because, and I don't know the writers, the people, the analysts who put this together, so I want to be very careful here, but it seemed like there was very much an agenda in play, and there's a lot of money to be had one way or the other. And so we saw a taste of market manipulation today. Now, the thing that kind of gets me is I would like for us to be, as crypto investors, to not be so, I'm going to use this term, and I don't use it very often, paper hands, where one little thing comes out, we just take it for what it is. We don't research as much as maybe we should for whatever reason. Now, that's not a slight, but a lot of times we don't maybe necessarily have time. I woke up this morning and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Okay. So this is where, and I say this, as crypto investors, we must be vigilant. Vigilant. We must be proactive. We must not just take things at face value. Oh, things are going bad. Everyone's selling. Well, hell, I might as well sell too. It's like if people are jumping out of an airplane without a parachute, are we going to do the same thing? Of course not. So, guys, I encourage you, if you are watching this live stream and you are a subscriber to our channel, remember, emotion is the last thing we want to invest on. Right? When we invest out of emotion, and I say this over, those of you who are watching and you know me, I'm like a broken friggin' record. Don't ever do anything based on strong emotions. Fear, anger, what FOMO, because again, we know FOMO is a mofo, right? So we need to be aware of that going in. Now, with that said, yeah, and I'm going to get to that. So put your questions down, your comments. I want to see them, and I'm going to touch on this. So, you're probably like, touching on what? One of my blockchain explorers, one of our subscribers, almost from day one, has made some really good points. Look it in the chat, and you can engage in conversation too as well. Where was I? Dang it. See, I knew this was going to happen. That's right. When we're researching, when we're doing that, we're taking responsibility. We're not just, going along to get along kind of a thing. So with that said, yes, it tanked. Yes, the market's dumped. Yes, I want to buy more. Not financial advice, just telling you, guys, look at it as the glass full, not empty. Look at it as an opportunity. If you have the additional resources and the wherewithal, and you're not scared of a little volatility, because we know already when you get involved in crypto, you got to be like, when you go to the movie theater, what do you expect to see? Right, a movie. Okay, so that's the same aspect. Once you step into that crypto door and you open it, you are immediately going to come into some volatility. That's just part of the, I'm going to say, the beauty of it, right? Because now a lot of people don't understand crypto. For a lot of people, they don't, it's almost overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be that way, okay? All you need to do is just maybe read once a day, see what's going on, keep an eye on things, you know what I mean? And watch really good YouTube educational channels that will help you to find your way through all the stuff that's going on. But today could be an amazing opportunity, if that's what you choose to do, to buy more, to dollar cost average in. Hey, maybe do, put some money in that you maybe were saving and, or whatever. You had some cash on the sideline. You're like, well, hell, this is a great opportunity to put some money in and buy more. Remember, we have until the 10th of January for the SEC to kind of decide what they're going to do. They're already meeting, and now I don't know one way or the other, but the SEC is meeting with exchanges to get comments, to get things down. So I'm feeling, now again, I don't have a crystal ball, and I don't, want to jump out there and say, well, it's 100% sure, because then if I said that, turn me off, okay? But I feel pretty good that the possibility strongly exists that the SEC is going to do a mass amount of approval of applications, because I'm going to put this out there too. If they don't, you better believe that there's going to be a ton of lawsuits coming their way. And we're not talking about just one or two exchanges. We're talking about everyone, because a precedent has already been made, right? So I have a strong feeling that the SEC, they're dealing with a lot of black eyes right now. This would be a massive one. And I'm sure the courts are not going to be happy with SEC if all of a sudden they've got 50 lawsuits coming their way that the courts have to deal with, what the SEC has to deal with. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable, pretty confident, but not 100%, that we're going to get some approvals in the next next week, the 10th. So today's the 3rd. So we've got what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by Tuesday. So we'll have an idea, and I'm sure they'll wait until the last hour, the last minute, to go ahead and do this. Now, I'm actually running off topic. I'm really going off. This wasn't what I expected to be starting off with, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up if you weren't sure why the drastic jump. It's coming up, and I bought more Bitcoin. That was me. Do what you want to do. I did. So there we go. Now, let's get into the crux of this. But wait a minute. I want to go back, and I want to take a quick look to see if it has any questions. Stack. John's like, I'm going to stack my stack. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and started buying the dips. Awesome. Yeah, there was a lot of them. It was like going from here, woof, like the cliff, right? You're just running, and there you go. But you landed on a pillow, baby. So if you have that mindset that I'm buying the red candles and I'm buying the dips, this is a bargain sale for you guys. Okay, bargain. All right, so enough of that stuff. So the main focus of this video tonight, this live stream, is how to invest in crypto. It's like a 101, right? Crypto investing 101, right? So we're going to start off, and I want to run through this quick. And if you know this already, great. But if you come to any one of my live streams and you pick up one piece of information from this live stream, it was worth you coming. Okay, it was worth you coming, and thank you for being here. Now, crypto investing. We're going to run through a couple of tips. We're going to run through some things. If you want to write some stuff down, take some notes, watch this live stream afterwards. Great. First off, only invest money that you can afford to lose. Again, we realize that. Now, how can I do that? How can I invest money that I don't care? Well, one of the main things is raising your income if possible, if you're able to do that. So that way, if you have a certain budget you're living in and you can raise your income, that means you can take more. So a good average is whatever you make on a yearly basis. Now, again, this is just an idea, about 10%. All right. So if you're making 50 grand a year, okay, 5,000 of that, right, should be or could be used to invest in to put into your investments. All right. Now, if you look at it that way and you get, 5,000. So if you go 5, 20, 25, 30, 40, you got like what? 5, 10, you got 50,000. Then you're making maybe 50K. If you're looking at a 10x gains within a bull cycle, it doesn't have to be that way. You can do more. You can do less. I mean, do whatever you want to do, but only invest money that you can afford to lose. Make sure everything is paid, all that kind of good stuff. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, do your homework. Look into crypto projects before you buy. And obviously, now we're going past the point of like setting up exchanges, getting your account squared away. I mean, we're past that. I'm going with the assumption you've already done that. You have maybe 2 or 3 exchanges, centralized exchanges that you already have set up. Now, I suggest if anyone's watching this now or in the future, set up your exchanges now. Get your crypto exchanges set in place right now, because this is where everything's calm. When we're in the midst of a full-on bull cycle, it may take a while for your stuff to get approved, to get verified, all that kind of stuff. KYC, right? Because you'll have to do KYC, know your customer. Any centralized exchange, you're going to have to do that. Crypto.com, Coinbase, Binance, whatever. All right. You will be required to KYC. Better to do it now. Now, if you have one set up already, maybe that's Coinbase. Hey, one is better than none, right? So that's a good thing. So just keep that in mind when you are doing that. Make sure you got your crypto exchanges in place. I would also recommend looking, and if you're not sure, if it's overwhelming, what do I invest in? What projects? Where do I even begin? Okay. CoinGecko in the description box below on this live stream. CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. Great place to go to look if you want to go ahead and you want to get started in your journey and you want to get an idea. Look at the top 50. Look at the top 100. Look at, now this goes into like ROI, like your return on your investment. Now, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is meant for financial advice. Don't look at me and you take $25,000 and you invest it in something and all of a sudden it goes. Don't come looking at me. I am just sharing with you things that I have personally done, that I know people who have personally done and have found success. And I have found success because we want to make sure that we're doing those steps as best we can. I've made some mistakes and, FOMO, maybe not researching as much as I should, that sort of stuff. That's why I do this channel. That's why I do these live streams, is because I want to give you guys an education on how to do it. And it's not an insult. It's not insulting your intelligence. It's not taking away from it. It's because remember, you don't know what you don't know. And if you already do know, you should be helping others. All right? Help others in the space. Educate people the right way so they can come into crypto and not feel so overwhelmed, or they lose everything and they, their portfolio gets wiped out because they didn't make good investment choices or whatever. Help these people, okay? Now, If you are one of a new investor or you're interested in getting involved, again, like I said, make sure invest only you can afford to lose. Make sure your crypto exchanges are set in place. Go and look for the top. If you're not sure what to invest in, go to CoinGecko. Go to CoinMarketCap. Look up the top 50, the top 100. Do it also by market cap. I love low market cap. I want a low market cap. I want a low either circulating supply or overall supply. If it's in the trillions, I'm stopping there. All right. I'm not doing another project that's got 55 quadrillion tokens. I'm not doing it. And right now, I don't think a whole lot of people are anyway. And then, figure out what the market cap is. I look at it this way. To me, a low market cap is in the millions. That's really low. In the low billions. So if you're anywhere between 30, depending on what the project is, but $2 billion, $1.7 billion, $4 billion, anything I think over $4 billion, you start getting into another stratosphere, like a whole nother level. The lower market cap you have, the more opportunity, the faster that crypto can move up quickly. If it has a higher market cap, then, or if it's more established, it still can go, right? We know this. We can still see gains, but maybe not the 20, 50, or 100x gains that we may be looking for. And for me, 100x gains are going to be rare, okay? Unless you're getting in, you're going in and you're checking stuff out already. You're at Dex Tools. You're whatever. You're figuring stuff out quickly. You're getting involved quickly where it's not even on a centralized exchange. You have to go through a centralized exchange with, like a MetaMask wallet or something like that. But there are lower market caps you can look for. So look for the top, maybe within the top 100. Low market cap, lower circulating supply, and however that works for you. And research. Now, if you have, and I'm getting into a little bit of numbers here. So let's say, for example, and this is just numbers that I've kind of come up with. Let's say you have 10 grand. Because let me back up. You don't want to invest in 100 different cryptos. Because if you have a certain amount of money, depending on the higher amount of a budget you have, the more you can invest. However, be careful not to spread yourself so thin. You have like 15 or 20. Like I remember one time I had 12, 13 cryptos at one point, and I was going out of my mind. It was too much to keep track of. Some of them you had low performing cryptos, and I wasn't paying enough attention to those, and I was losing money, and I was like, oh man. So this is kind of a number I like. If you had like say 10 grand that you can use for your cryptos, maybe, and again, just an idea, just a suggestion, maybe go 3 to 6 to 7 crypto projects and just dollar cost average into those cryptos. Maybe it's a Bitcoin, maybe it's Ethereum. Okay, now you got the two, the big head honchos. You got the two of them. Then you can maybe go into a gaming token, or you can go into like a blockchain token, or whatever it is, whatever you want to do. 3 to 6 to 7 if you have 10K, and then if you have like 25 grand, right, more or whatever it is, 10 to 25 or whatever, then maybe you go 6 to 12. The more money you have, the more you can spread it out. But if you have 15 different cryptos and you only have like $2,000 to spend, you're not going to see maybe the returns you want to have, because depending on the token price, 50 cents, $1, $1.50, whatever, you're going to be very limited to where you can go. If you have such an abundance of crypto projects, you're not going to see the gains where if you have, like, say, 6. I'm going to tell you, let's see what I have right now. Right now, I have about 7 crypto projects that I'm juggling. I don't want any more than that. Now, these are crypto projects that I'm holding on to, that I'm really invested in them to a point where I am on their Discord channels, I am on their Twitter accounts. Anything that comes out, I'm reading it. Anything I see, I'm on top of it, because that's how you stay in the loop, right? That's how you stay involved and you're educated on what's going on with your crypto projects. It's like anything else. You know, if you start losing track of what's going on, all of a sudden, next thing you know, 2 weeks go by or a month go by and something else happens, and then you're not in a place where you're like, what just happened here? I got rugged. I wasn't even paying attention. So paying attention, keeping track is vitally important, right? I like to also kind of diversify my portfolio to a degree. Like, I have some Bitcoin, not a whole lot. I really don't. I don't have any Ethereum, even though I should, because I have my cryptos spread out, and if I want to transfer them someplace, you need to have Ethereum and pay for that. So, but most of my cryptos are I'm able to stake them, so that way I'm earning passive income. I'm adding on to them every now and then, but I'm working on that passive income. You know, I've got my ADAs and my H bars and my V chains and whatever else. Okay, so, and by the way, I will be doing a members only live stream this month, and I'm going to cover my portfolio and my exact blueprint for what I plan to do in this next bull cycle. So if you want to be involved and you want to get in more of the loop of what I'm going to be doing with my portfolio, go ahead, join our channel. It's only $3.99 a month. John is in there. I just did a video this past weekend, and you're able to see it. I'm leaving it there, where it's all about setting smart goals for this year for your crypto. So again, remember, planning, and there's also a PDF there too you can download as well to help you with that. So if you want to get involved, go to after this video, or open up another tab, another window, and hit join. It's $3.99 a month. You won't be sorry, I promise. I want to give you at least 3 to 4 times your value, so check that out. So anyway, so go ahead and look between your top 50, top 100 cryptos. Look for, lower caps. It's up to you. But it's a good way to get started. And then just join. Go to let me back up. Go to their websites also. Go check them out on their socials. Go to Twitter. Find out what's going on. Go read their white paper. That's the first place you want to go, in my opinion. If you get turned on, whatever it is, to a crypto project, go right to their official, make sure it's their official website, and look up all their specifics. A game like Shrapnel, for instance. That game's not out yet. Early access will be coming. I've done videos on it. You can go check that out, or Gala, or whatever you want to do. Go check out their white papers. Check out their roadmap. See who is on the team. How long have they been in development? What kind of money? Again, Shrapnel just did a $20 million funding, right? Fundraising for them. Great. Those things really help. If you spend 45 minutes to an hour, and maybe less, maybe in 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, you're like, okay, I really feel good about this. Join their socials, right? You can certainly do that. Yeah, and that's another thing also I want to cover is, and thank you, John, for that. I really appreciate it. That was a really good feedback there. Don't flip-flop between crypto projects. The only, and what we mean by that is, if you have a crypto project and it's like the next shiny toy, well, this crypto project's not moving. Heck, I've had 8 in my portfolio for almost coming up 22, coming up on 3 years. I haven't sold one token, not one. And how many times have people been like, "Oh, ADA's not going anywhere." But I've seen it in my mindset. I'm like, I'm not touching it. Where a lot of people would just be like, what we call paper hands. You sell, or maybe you swap out. You swap from one crypto to another one. You do that enough, you have nothing left. You will totally dilute your portfolio because every time you do that, depending on what exchange you're on, you're going to have fees, right? You're going to get less than, you're going to be losing. So when you're constantly going back and forth and plus price volatility, you could be like, I've had this crypto project for a while, but here's this nice shiny one, right? So this one you've had has been stable. It's been consistent for 2 years or whatever the heck it's been. A new project comes out. Wow. Right? Then all of a sudden you forget this isn't going anywhere. You go to this one, it immediately drops. Now it's lower than what it was before. And now you're stuck. Now you lost money. And there's all kinds of, maybe it gets rugged. Okay. Maybe you were in a position where you made a little bit of money, but you didn't take profits out and you lost money. So I'm a big believer also in not flip-flopping your cryptos. Don't swap out your cryptos every 5 seconds. Now the only way I would say would be to do that is if you have say you have 6 crypto projects in your portfolio. It's okay to let those low performing ones go. If you have a low performing crypto that's been consistently low performing and you don't see any kind of upside, do what you want to do. Especially when things are going up, right? If things are going up, if a lot of projects are seeing gains, but your project is hovering or going lower, and it's been that way, then you can liquidate that position, and take your funds. Now you may take it for a loss, so just remember that, and then you can maybe roll that money over into a high performing crypto. But don't constantly be flip-flopping back and forth between crypto projects because it's going to hurt you in the end. Another thing on that note is taking profits. Sounds simple. However, a lot of people don't take profits. They're only profits when they're realized. Okay, when you're able to sell, let's say, for example, you have a crypto project. For instance, let me just do this. I'm going to use my Cardano. I'm very, very bullish on Cardano. I bought in at $1.19. Okay. It got all the way up to $3.10, and I didn't sell. And the reason I didn't sell is I kind of saw the writing on the wall, and could I have taken some profits? Yeah, but I didn't have enough funds, enough crypto in my ADA to really be meaningful. So I left it, and I was staking it. So I didn't want to dilute my staking rewards for profits that I wouldn't even gotten any of the money back that I put in. So I left it there. Now, I've been since then at $1.19. That was back in spring of 21 or 21, something like that. Now, ever since then, I've been buying. It's been at 30 cents, 45 cents, 29 cents. All this. So it's been dropping. So if in my portfolio for ADA, when it gets to a certain point, like I'm not going to be touching it until we get to probably about $2.50. When we get to $2.50, that's when I will probably sell about 5% of my ADA. Because I know where it's going to go. I know it's going to run higher than that. Okay? I believe ADA is going to go $5, $5 to $6, $7 in this next bull cycle. But I want to have some profit. So I will take, that 1x from my initial investment and pull that out. Obviously, it'll be more because I've got more. However, when you have profits and you're seeing them on your exchange, and you're just looking at them in your wallet, and you're like, oh man, check this out. I'm making all this money. No, you haven't. You haven't made anything because it's unrealized gains. It's profits only when you are liquid. When you sell and you either put it in an exchange or whatever, you want to keep it there, or you move it out back into like your banking account somehow. That's when you have made a profit. If it's just sitting on the exchange and you're just admiring it, how it looks, those are unrealized profits. They're there, but they're not there because it's not yours yet. Because within 5 seconds that could drop, and then all of a sudden you're back to square one. Take profits. Have a plan. Have a plan. Have a plan for your crypto projects. I'm actually going to be working on creating. I want to create, and let me back up. There's a lot of places that you can go on your exchanges or different resources that will help you track your portfolio, let you know how you're doing, where things are going. They're out there. They're available. Now, if there's any questions, make sure if you're watching either now or in the future, please make sure you put them in the comments section, right? And I will answer any question, every question, as a matter of fact, that you put in there. So, next. This is a strategy that I use, a lot of investors use, dollar cost averaging. Guys, dollar cost averaging, and you can get this done on almost any exchange now. What you're basically doing with dollar cost averaging is, we know that crypto is highly volatile. I've said that in the very beginning of this live stream. Is you need to make sure that you're protecting yourself. Okay, make sure you're keeping track of what's going on. When you are dollar cost averaging in, you are mitigating your risk. You are removing the possibility of having a drastic dump on your portfolio. You have what's called lump sum investing and dollar cost averaging. Lump sum, is basically you put in, say, $5,000 all at once. Okay? Now, that's all well and good, but then if something were to happen and it drops, you may lose a good substantial portion of whatever you put in. When you dollar cost average in, and it could be on a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever schedule you want, it's all about averaging. It reduces your lows. It kind of keeps things going on, and it also allows you to not get caught up in emotion, to not get caught up in FOMO, because you are constantly you're in it. It's not like I feel like I'm out in the cold. There's a party going on inside. I'm out here. What the hell am I doing out here for? So when you are investing with dollar cost averaging in, okay, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money either, guys. All right, you don't have to go crazy. Maybe 10, 20, maybe $50 every Monday you can do it. Invest whatever your favorite crypto is. Maybe it's Bitcoin, maybe it's Ethereum, maybe it's, whatever it is. Okay? Avalanche, Solana, whatever it is, and you just make that, you invest that money, and you have that set in place. It mentally keeps you in the game, and it keeps you mentally from going crazy, right? Like, oh man, I've got to get in now or whatever. So dollar cost averaging, to me anyway, and again, I keep saying this over and over again, but do your research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I love dollar cost averaging. For me, it's such a nice, easy, just chill. And you can set it up recurring. If you have a Coinbase account, you can go in and set up a recurring buy whenever you want. Maybe you can do it like on the 1st and 15th of the month. You get a paycheck in, bang. You take $50, invest in Bitcoin. Some weeks it's going to be up. Some weeks it's going to be down. What happens is it averages out. Instead of going in, I'm going to buy all the way up here, and all of a sudden something happens and everything drops 10%. Now you've lost $500 or whatever it is, $250 just like that. Where when you're dollar cost averaging, it's easier to swallow, especially if you were in a position where our income isn't caught up. Welcome, Addis. I just saw you pop in here. Hang on for a quick second. I'm glad you're here. Hey, everyone. Good job. Thanks for being here. All right, so dollar cost averaging to me is a really good, nice, chill way of getting involved without feeling the pressure of FOMO, because I said before and over, FOMO is a mofo, right? So dollar cost averaging. Let's review, so in case you've missed it. Only invest. So this is Crypto Investing 101, guys, and I'm moving through it pretty quick. 1, only invest money you can afford to lose. 2, make sure that you have your crypto exchanges set in place. 1 to 2, 3 of them is fine. Do it now, because when the bull run happens and you don't have your centralized exchanges set up, you got to go through KYC. That means you're going to be required to give your either passport or driver's license or ID or whatever and other documents so they know who you are, that you're a real person. Do that before things start really happening, because when things start happening, it's going to take a while for them to go ahead and prove you and get you verified. Because if you are doing it and everybody else is doing it too, then who's going to get in there first, right? So, and how long is it going to take? So just keep that in mind when you're doing that. So set up your exchanges. If you don't know what to invest in, you have no idea, you haven't subscribed to this channel, and I hope you do, because here we're a family, right? I'm going to tell you straight. I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to shield things. I'm going to tell you because this is an education channel. Crypto Dojo. Dojo is a place of learning. It's about, education. Normally it's martial arts, but hey, whatever. We're here, we're doing crypto. It's the same kind of thing. So when you're here, it's about education. So anyway, moving on. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know when you do. Now, next. Look in the top 50 to top 100 cryptos. Okay? Look for a market cap. Look for a lower market cap, lower supply. And what do I mean by lower market cap? Anything in the millions. When you get into like 12, 13, if you have a $10 billion market cap, that's a high-ass market cap. It's going to take it hard. So getting a 5 or 10x or 15x gain is going to be really difficult to do in that instance. But if you're involved in a crypto project and their market cap is 60 million, with maybe a 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 billion circulating supply, that's got some room. So it's something to consider. If you have $10,000 or less, I would recommend no more than 6 cryptos. Make it easy on yourself. Don't. It keeps you from going crazy, and it's going to keep you from diluting your portfolio. Because you need, if you're buying 100 of this and 100 of that, what kind of gains are you going to get if you're spread so thin financially that even if things go up, you're not really seeing that because your money is spread so thin. I'm also a big fan of staking. If you have cryptos that you can stake, I would not want to do it on the exchanges though, because they will take a portion of those rewards. Because we know that crypto exchanges, centralized exchanges, it's not your crypto until you get it off and put it on a wallet, right? So when you're keeping your cryptos on these exchanges, they are theirs, and it's almost like they're giving you a portion of their rewards when you stake. Forget that. I want to go to a Lace wallet for ADA. I want to go to Hashpack for Hedera. I want to be able to go right and support that support that network correctly. Again, you're securing the network, you're validating transactions, all that stuff. So proof of stake tokens. So you can just type in proof of stake tokens. Anything that's proof of stake, there you go. You can stake. All right. Proof of work is other crypto projects. So anyway, just doing a quick one for you there. I do want to answer Addis, and I hope you're still here. Futures. Okay, I'm gonna stay away from those because I don't know enough about futures, and I'm not a financial advisor. All I could say is be careful. Research and know exactly what you're getting involved in before you do it. If you're getting involved with stocks and you're doing options or your margin, really take the time, give yourself a proper education, or find someone who can, go to a financial advisor who can educate you on how to do it correctly and safely, or maybe have someone do that. But I do not feel confident, being that I am not a financial advisor, giving anyone advice on anything along those lines. Again, I don't tell you what to buy. I'm not going to say you have to go out and buy this, or I'm not going to do that. I'll give you what I'm buying and what I'm looking at and maybe what I'm bullish on. And you can certainly ask me questions about that. But for something like this, with all due respect, I kind of want to stay away from it. Thank you for the question. I appreciate you asking, and feel free to ask more. And that's the thing. If I don't feel confident or qualified in answering a certain question, I won't do it because it's not fair to you. The last thing I want to do is give you some advice that you take and I'm wrong. And because of my arrogance, I think I'm right. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and do this. I'm an idiot, right? So with questions like that, go ahead and seek out someone who can really help you. But what we're doing here on this live stream and on this channel is about education, getting you prepared for what's to come. And so we've covered a lot of things: dollar cost averaging, taking profits, making sure that they're realized profits, not just sitting in your exchange and you're like, wow, I'm admired how much I made. Liquidate some of that stuff. If you have a plan in place, when you hit a certain number, boom, sell it if you want, whatever it is your plan is. And I can help you if you want to create some sort of an idea of like how to do that. Again, join our Blockchain Explorers membership group for this channel. John was there on Saturday. We did like almost an hour long live stream on setting goals for your crypto projects this upcoming year. It's still there, so if you click in there, if you join, you'll be able to have access to that live stream. So you should check that out. And there's a PDF in there too as well. And I'm going to be doing a whole nother video this month coming up regarding what I'm doing with my crypto portfolio, what my plan is. So if you want to know more about what I'm doing, join our channel and get into the good stuff. All right, so we are hitting a lot. Is there any questions so far that I can answer for anybody? I am more than welcome, or if I can't answer it, I will tell you. But when it comes to the crypto part of it, we already covered the dump of what happened, why crypto dumped so hard. But again, it's all in your mindset, your perspective, right? If you think, oh man, crypto's blah, 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 it's dumping, I'm going to sell. Remember, don't worry about it, right? Dig in, find out before you go ahead and make a decision. And I hope a lot of people didn't get wrecked by this today, all right? Days like this could be buying opportunities because we know that crypto's not going anywhere. It's not, no matter what. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. These are just transient. It's like turbulence. It's like hitting a pothole when you're driving down the road. Hit a pothole. Okay, whatever. You're still going forward. You just had a little pothole. If you're flying in the air, right? You're in turbulence. Now sometimes it feels like you've been in a plane, all of a sudden the thing drops, and your stomach's up here, but your rest of you's down here. But then what happens? You come back again. So all this is turbulence. All this is noise. All this is people trying to manipulate crypto markets for their gains. All right, for their gain and your loss. So just really keep that in mind. The longer you're in with crypto, it's like anything. The more you're involved in it and you know what's going on, you'll be able to see what's going on here, and you'll be like, okay, this is a manipulative tactic, and I'm not buying it. I'm actually going to be buying more of it, but I'm not buying the FUD. I'm not buying the fear that's being spread. Like, oh my God, the SEC is not going to be, approving these spot ETFs. So anyway, guys, that they rejected them. That's kind of what it was. So that's an area that we really got to watch, because when you start getting that way, it's just for whatever purposes are there. So any questions so far? Now, I want to cover this. Again, Crypto 101, and this is a crash course. Like, I could spend an hour on each individual component. Next, self-custody. I say this over and over again. Self-custody is paramount, right? Paramount. Get your cryptos off these centralized exchanges and put them someplace other than them. A software wallet or a hardware wallet. I have several software wallets that I have. The hardware wallet I use, actually, I'm going to show you, if you can see it, is Tangem. Now, Tangem Wallet, they actually have 3 cards. So this is basically your wallet, and you have an app that goes with your phone, okay? So what you do is you have, if something goes on, it's just like a regular wallet, but now you have cards. They come in 2 cards or 3 cards. And I like the fact these are really sleek, and they have, Tangem has thousands of assets that it supports. Now, if it's a new project, if it's brand new, probably not, but give it time, okay? Karate Token, which I didn't think was going to be supported, is supported, and I have a lot of Karate Token, okay? So I've also, if you're watching, did you really? Awesome, man. Congratulations. And I was just going to talk about that, John. Thank you. I've worked it out with Tangem that if you wanted to buy one of their wallets, and by the way, they're in 2 cards or 3. Now, I have the 3-card set. The 3-card set is like $69 US. $69. However, if you use my code, my referral code, and it's Dojo, D-O-J-O, you're going to get 10% off, right? John, did you do that? I want to make sure that you got that in there. If not, I need to reach out to them. Let me know if you did. You put in Dojo, D-O-J-O, and you will get 10% off of that, which will knock it down to, I think, like $62. They also have a 2-card set. Awesome. Good. This is probably the lowest price for crypto wallets with having a massively excellent quality. I mean, it's easy to set up. It's really strong. It's really durable. Now, again, you don't want to maybe carry these around in your wallet all day long, but it gives you the opportunity, if something were to happen, like say if you had one ledger, okay, oh, you couldn't find the code? Okay, what I'll do is I will reach out to my guy, John, and I will let him know that you ordered one, but Dojo is, it should have been right there. Dojo was the code, but we can figure that out. So anyway, if you have a Ledger wallet, and I'm saying this and I'm really doing this on purpose because you can use whatever you want. If you have one already, great. If you have a couple different wallets, great too. But a ledger wallet, if you have only one of those and something happens, it becomes kind of an issue. This, you have 3 cards. So you can have one somewhere. You can have a loved one have one. You can have another one. So you can spread it out quite a bit. So I highly recommend these guys. Great people, by the way, too. So Tangem, you should really check these guys out. There's tons of videos about them. I haven't done one yet, but I probably will. So, but anyway, you can get whatever wallet you want. Software or hardware. Software is free. You don't have to pay for it. Like if you have an Exodus wallet or a Coinbase wallet or MetaMask wallet or whatever. Okay. I even have a core wallet, which is more of an Avalanche native wallet that I use for my Shrapnel and my Avalanche. So you have tons of things to Trust Wallet's amazing. So you have a variety of different opportunities or options for that. So anyway, self-custody is critical. All right. Now, if you are actively trading, yeah, keep your crypto on the exchange. It's a pain in the butt trying to go back and forth and swap, put it on here, then transfer it back. If you're going to be actively trading your crypto, okay, then you can keep it there. But if you're going to hodl, if you're going to hold on to it, get it off the exchanges, guys. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. Get off the exchanges. And so I'm really hitting a lot of things. Now, obviously, there's so much more that we can touch on, but I want to touch on something else for a minute. And this is important. And this touches on sort of this idea of having, multiple ways to get your crypto. Make sure that you have, this two-parter, make sure you have exchanges where you can on-ramp funds and off-ramp funds. Coinbase, you can use credit card, ACH, whatever, PayPal, whatever it is. You can do that. Okay? A lot of crypto exchanges, you can do that. So make sure that you're able to on-ramp and off-ramp your funds. Putting money in and taking profits out. Okay? You got to do that. Or else what's the sense? It's just we'll be sitting on the exchange. Now, a lot of exchanges have cards. Coinbase has a card you can use and you get rewards. Crypto.com, I'm not sure what other ones, but you have a couple exchanges where they do that. And that may be something to think of. Like if you have a Coinbase card and you're paying your bills with them, then you get rewards for whatever crypto you want. So if you have like your car insurance or whatever, you can have it go out of your crypto account with your card and you get rewards. Now, there's actually 3 parts to this. The second part is fees are also a nightmare. And this goes back to that. When you're swapping, goes back to what John was saying. If you're going back to swapping crypto, understand this. Every time you do that, you are going to pay a fee. Every time you swap. I want to exchange one crypto for the other. Thank you very much. That'll be 99 cents. Thank you very much. That'll be $1.99. That's another way to dilute your portfolio and drain the money that you're putting in. Now, on Coinbase, I'm actually a Coinbase One member. And there's a few major advantages of being a Coinbase One member. One of which is I don't have to pay any transaction fees. None. As many times as I do transactions, I don't have to pay any transaction fees. If I'm buying Bitcoin, it could be $3. Nope, I don't have it. $1.99 for this, 99 cents for that. You can get nickeled and dimed to death. That's how these exchanges make their money, guys, is through these particular ways. is the transaction fees. If you are a Coinbase One member on Coinbase, it's only $29 a month. If you are doing a lot of different transactions, a lot of them, I would highly encourage you to do that. If you're only making 3 or 4 transactions a month, maybe not, but if you're active like I am, that you can do that in a week. So really good idea to consider checking out Coinbase One. Go to Coinbase if you have a Coinbase account. Check that out. The other massive benefit is you have 24-hour live support. That's right. You heard me, my friends. You actually can speak to a live person. I've been on, and I'm going to, on a crypto.com exchange, trying to get any customer service. I might as well forget it. Right? By the time I hear back, it's crazy. With being a Coinbase One member, you can call them and I've made calls at 1 o'clock in the morning. Hello, Mr. Provost, hi, blah, 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 blah. Okay, bang. Something to consider, something to think about if you don't want to pay exorbitant exchange fees and you want to spend money on crypto, not fees. It pains me. If I have to 99 cents for a crypto, oh man, if it's like, that's could be 3 or 4 ADA, that could be 25, your mind starts going there. Right? That could be, that could have been 50 vet or whatever it is. I just gave to the exchange when it could have been going into my portfolio, which is helping me to raise my level of financial freedom. Crypto J, what's up, brother? What's happening? Yeah. Okay, so John, man, you guys are awesome. We could be here all night, guys. Unless you go over 10,000. Oh, okay. Oh, is that how that works? Okay, so John is like, if you spend over 10K a month, then you start paying fees again. You know what though, my friend? That's a good problem to have. So, but thank you for that. Yeah, if you're going for 10, I didn't even know that, by the way. If you're going for 10K or less, something to consider. It's $30. Shit, you can even have it taken out of your Bitcoin if you want to do that. I don't, especially now. Forget that. So, just something to think about. Self-custody, don't pay transaction fees if you can help it. Now, this is something that I think is really important. I kind of want to go into this part of it is, you could have all the money in the world on these exchanges. Multiple exchanges. You could be in the tens of thousands, whatever it is. What happens if something happens to you? We don't like thinking about it. We don't like talking about it. But we work really hard, and this is a job. Right? It's a fun job, very rewarding, but nonetheless, everything that we're doing is to help us with our financial freedom for ourselves and probably I suspect for a lot of us, for our families, our kids, our spouses, whatever. If something happens to us and our families do not have any way to access and utilize those funds, those profits that we made, that we worked so hard for them, all the stuff that we did is useless. If they don't know how to access your wallets and transfer your funds out of your wallets and into their bank accounts, it's all for naught. So I want to encourage you, and I'm doing this with my wife. So I've given her one of these, and I'm creating a document and also a video for her of how to go ahead. It sounds morbid, but look, we do insurance, right? We insure stuff just in case, right? We create wills. Why? So our family is set up. Denial is more than just a river in Egypt. We can't just go now if we're all by ourselves and it's just you and you don't really give a shit one way or the other, then that's totally fine too. But if you have people counting on you, you have kids, you have a wife, or you have a husband, you have a mother, father, you have charities, whatever, anything, right? Who is able to access your accounts if you're gone, if something were to happen? So I want to encourage you guys, sit down by yourself, create some kind of a blueprint of how to go through with your family. And I'm going to sit down with my wife, actually. It's been so crazy. I'm going to bring her into my office, and I'm going to go through where everything is at, and I'm going to tell her what she would need to do in order to access this. Yeah. And I'm going to create a video and also a document for her. I'm not going to put all my seed phrases on there. They're separate. But this is something that maybe we don't talk about as much as we should. Setting our family up for success if something were to happen to us. Now, hey, chances are we're going to be around for a long time. We want to be able to enjoy that money with our family. So that's why make sure you're going to the gym, eating right, exercising, all that good stuff. But if something were to happen, is your family set up? Is your family able to take that money that you worked so hard for and maybe sacrificed and utilize that so there's a legacy for them, however much it is, even if it's $1,000? $1,000 can make a big difference in a person's life. So I wanted to kind of share that with you guys, is not to end on a morbid note, because it's not. I think it's very empowering. It's an empowering message that we are creating wealth for ourselves, for our families, people that we care about. We want them to be able to access it if something were to happen, right? Or if we're teaching people, not our own portfolios, because that's different, but teaching people, right, to, or at least educate your family and friends on, if they are involved in crypto, how to access those funds or how their families can do that. So just something to think about. John is saying, oh, yeah, good. So John is saying, yeah, his family, they have the information. They know what to do. I will help you guys with that. I will actually, you know what I'll do? Would it be beneficial if I created a PDF step-by-step of how to do it? If that's something that you guys are interested in, what I can do is, again, that's something that I would put in our members only, because that's something that would be an exclusive document for you guys. I'm going to do that. I love creating stuff. So that's something I'm going to create, and maybe I'll do a video about it too as well. The video that I'll put out regular, but for something like that, that'll go in our members group. So is there any questions, guys? And I'm glad you guys are here. And by the way, thank you so much. If you're watching right now and you're new to our channel and you found any value whatsoever, like, subscribe to our channel. Even better, become a blockchain explorer. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing this year. I'm really excited about it. Awesome. Hey, John, by the way, did you get my message? So this is, I want to send me a message in the members group, John, when you get a chance. I want to touch base with you about something real fast. And again, if you want to purchase a wallet from Tangem, just go hit Dojo. That's when you go there. And John, I want to ask again. So you did not. I want to make sure that you're getting. How can I do? I want to make sure we do this to get you a discount. Use that code, guys, or else you won't get the 10% off of those wallets. So just saying, if I can be of any service to you guys anymore, put something in the comment section, even on any of on the community tab of our channel. Find any kind of a thing that I posted, and if you want to have a question, I think you can add a question in there, and I will absolutely help you in any way that I can. Or become a member, and I'll see you guys inside, and we can really have cool conversations and all that kind of good fun stuff. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you got some value from this video. I appreciate you all very, very much. I want everyone to have a fantastic day. Keep your head up. Remember, don't sweat the small stuff, because it's all small. And I will see you guys next time. And remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps. Take care, guys.